JCB.
Welcome to JCB. I'm Connor. This is John.
And this is a key game, so we are all going to cry like little, pathetic children.
We're like just infants. We're gonna be like wailing. There's gonna be a lot of gnashing of teeth out here.
You just made me think of children in hell. I hate you.
But speaking of, we're in like a kind of frozen hell right now because it is cold outside and the AC is not up very high. So I've got like this blanket. I'm just like wrapping around me. I'm hoping maybe the fact we're playing a game that apparently takes place in summer will.
It certainly
help.
takes place on the beach, given all the ocean noise we're hearing.
So like that's the thing I find funny about this. Like it's a game called Air. It takes place in the summer. And the first thing we get a picture of on the title screen is like the ocean.
Well, I mean, if it would be worse if the game was called Air and your first shot was space. The surface of the moon.
Oh yeah. I'd actually play that game just out of sheer curiosity. But like, it just feels like this game is confused from the very beginning. Like right out of the title screen, I'm already complaining. And the problem is obviously not with me because I'm negative. The problem is with the game for not lying in with my ideals of what a title screen should look like.
Don't you mean your expectations?
My expectations? Oh yes, okay, sure, Mr. Dictionary.
At any rate, let's see what this game has to tell us. The day air. The days which are wrapped in the scene of summer, and to pass gently. An encounter with the girls, repeated in the sunlight.
What?
Summer continues to wear as well. What? She is waiting in the air.
What is this?
Well, okay, obviously, they mean that girl that's sitting on the title card. She's above the sea, so she's in the air.
That's true. You could say she's like waiting in the air. No mention of the ocean, which is interesting because like we have this ocean, but it's not reflected in the title font. You lose, Key. Bad title screen design. 0 out of 10.
Let it go.
Let it go. That's a dated reference. I don't know what I think about being cold.
You do realize that people said "let it go" before Frozen, right?
Did they?
Yes.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
I'm going to ignore you now.
Please don't ignore me. I need attention. I'm an attention hog, if you will.
I believe the term you're looking for is attention whore.
Oh, John, that's so edgy. Language.
I'm just using the proper terminology, that's all.
To make another dated reference from like 6 years ago. Okay, so let me really try to dig into this and see if I can find any meaning.
So apparently
an encounter. I'm not gonna lie. An encounter sounds like pretty suggestive. If you know what I mean. An encounter with the girl.
This is a key game. I mean, like, oh wait, this is before Clan, isn't it?
Yeah, this is like the second game they put
out.
Oh,
holy crud! And the first one happens at night, considering they say it's repeated in the daylight.
Oh dear.
This could be scandalous.
What kind of weird kinky stuff are we getting into here? Hope something.
Ooh, let's find out.
Oh no, don't. I need to review it first.
Okay, so our buttons are dream.
Okay, so why did we go from like a title screen to another title screen? Like, what is this?
I'm thinking like we should press. Let's try clicking hat. Okay, the hat doesn't do anything. I guess it's just.
What made you think hat was a button? Like, this is. I mean, I understand wanting more than one option because this is a menu, but there are basically only two options. They're basically, you hit dream and you go, I'm gonna just hang out in the land of my head.
Is this like a red pill, blue pill thing then? Like back is the. Wait. Crud! It's been so long since I watched The Matrix. Red pill is. No. Blue pill is you wake up believe whoever you want to believe, and the red pill is you wake up in Wonderland, right?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen Matrix. Why are you asking me?
You need to get out more.
I do need to get out more. Hey, no, we should have thought through more, because I was just thinking, you know what, let's hit back. I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore. That menu with two options is depressing me too much. Why did it get so sad right off the bat?
My child, please listen carefully to what I have to say.
Emotional appeal. If you have a kid, then it's gonna
be sad when you die.
Exactly. You don't have to
have
a personality.
What I'm about to tell you is very, very important. This is the reason for everything we do. A legend told from parent to child across the generation. It's a story about a long, long journey.
You know, they can write English so well in the actual game. I wonder why the title screen's English was so broken.
Air.
What was that faux British dialect you were channeling? I love the way you just. I love the way you just went like. Like one of those like seductive voices you hear in like the shampoo commercials. What was that?
L'Oreal.
Okay, so you want to read the narration, or should I take a crack at it?
Well, like, he's racing through the air. Should we have like some funky 90s music? I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog's gonna show up in a few seconds, right?
Now we ran out of music already, and we're like 10 seconds into the game. It's just gonna be silent all the way through. It's gonna be artsy that way.
I mean, this is like a dramatic moment, I guess. That's why there's no music.
Maybe.
All right, I'm racing through the air. Let's see where they go with this. Okay.
All right, a dramatic moment in a game where we have no characters yet.
Well, we have somebody racing through the air. They're either on a plane or they can fly.
Oh! We got. If we were Cinema Sins, we'd be like, we'd be rolling the credits right now because like racing through the air. It did not take them very long to drop that title, did it?
You know, Connor, if you wanted to make the reference, you should have just said roll credits.
I mean, you're right. Of course, I should have just said that. But I'm just thinking, like, right off the bat, like this game wants us to know that there's a lot of atmosphere.
Heh. Heh.
I'm so clever.
I'm narrating.
Alright, that's cool.
I'm racing through the air.
You don't want to give me that much control. I'm kind of scary when I have
through
too much
many
control.
layers of clouds.
As you often do, because there are clouds in the air.
Soaring endlessly higher and higher.
Okay, now I'm a little confused. Is he flying? Is he falling?
He's soaring higher, so he is officially flying.
Okay.
Either that or he has been thrown by a catapult.
That would be a fun way to start a game.
My pulse quickens.
Boom. Boom.
Wait, this Japanese should be saying Doki.
Oh, you're right.
Doki.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Doki. 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 Doki.
My body feels like it might fall to the ground, so I muster all of my strength.
All of my strength!
And fly towards my destination.
Okay, so we can fly? Why can't he fly? We're just being like kind of thrown into this. Like, what's going on? Oh, okay.
3 dots.
3 dots.
I step on the pavement. Oh, okay. I guess
he stopped flying. What's going on?
Well, he said he was going towards his destination. I guess he decided to be quicker to fly there.
I wonder if he how does he come in for a landing? Is he like
the bus drives away, blowing a wave of heat and exhaust fumes in my face.
Wait, what? Okay, so he was flying just a second ago, but he was on a bus? Was he flying in the bus? Was he just like up near the roof?
Well, remember he flew through clouds, so I guess he was flying towards the bus.
So he was thinking all this in his head.
Why would you fly to a bus stop? If you can fly, why don't you just go to wherever the hell it is you're trying to get to? Why would you fly to a freaking bus stop?
I wonder if he was just like flying around there, just closing his eyes, thinking all philosophical and stuff, and then the driver like comes out of the bus and he's like, you know, that's cool and all, but could you like get down? You're kind of freaking me out. And so he just kind of has to awkwardly come to a stop, and then it just like boom, blows all those exhaust fumes into his face. What a very dignified protagonist we have here.
I feel lightheaded, so I close my eyes. Friggin' hell bugs. We're screwed.
Insects. Don't get a lot of those in winter. This game is really immersing me into the summer atmosphere.
These are cicadas. It never ends well when cicadas get involved.
That's absolutely true, and we're getting them right off the bat. This is gonna turn like Hirashi in a little while.
A little while, it's gonna turn to Higurashi right now. Fuck. The bus engine fades into the distance, and the cries of cicadas take its place. No shit. The smell of Tide fills my nostrils.
Why would
fresh Tide scent.
So that bus driver I mentioned before, just to like screw with him even more, just like took his laundry detergent out of his pocket.
You're taking the joke too far.
Am I?
Yes.
I know you were the joke police.
Just stop. I can feel the sunlight burning my exposed neck. Oh, I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's white as frick. I slowly open my
eyes. But John, he's Japanese. He's not white.
Yeah, but he's not white. But he's white.
I think you would call that pale, John.
Well, like, remember where he comes from, there's no summer, so, like...
What do you mean by that? How do we know he's never been to summer before?
I slowly open my eyes. Before me is nothing but unfamiliar summer scenery. Like I was saying, he doesn't know what summer is. Clearly, he came from the Arctic.
But he... but he called it summer scenery. He probably has an idea of what
Well, he's read about it in books, but he's never actually seen it.
You know, maybe I was wrong about this main character. Maybe there is something pretty interesting about it.
In Mother Russia. In Mother Russia, summer breaks you. Yukito, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think you read the character's name, John. I think you just read the dialogue. I think it's just a poorly formatted text box.
Fine.
I do appreciate the character is somewhat redundantly explaining his circumstances. It's my favorite part about
I sit
visual
on the
novels.
bench next to the bus stops. Okay, that's that bench at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Phew.
You know, if this was like a different medium, you would want the bench to be in focus, but since this is a visual novel and it's too cool for proper framing, we get a shot where if he was sitting on that bench, he would be just out of frame, which is an artsy cinematography good way to frame a shot. Especially
An artsy cinematography good way. Okay. I can feel someone's splinter stick into my backside.
Well, then get off the
ignore
bench!
them.
It's not
I'm
worth
too
it.
man to deal with splinters in my butt.
Yeah, I'm not
fine.
I'm not beta at all. I didn't just daydream about growing wings and flying around the country. I'm so alpha. I can take those wooden planks in my butt.
They say that manly men are allowed to fly, Connor.
But he wasn't really flying. I don't.
He went through the clouds!
Did he though? Was just thinking about that because I thought he came off. It looked like he came off a bus.
Well, it didn't say he came off the bus. It said
The bus spewed exhaust flames in his face.
Not exhaust flames. This is not Mad Max.
Okay, you're right. If it was exhaust flames in this kind of game, it would be a very short game. Okay, so what happened with these wooden planks in his backside?
Wooden
What did he do?
splinters in his ass. He ignores them. He's a man. So, now what? What am I even doing here? I don't know,
That's a
dude.
good question.
You're the dude that flew to a freaking bus stop for no reason.
See, this game is really trying to immerse us in the atmosphere. It's trying to like relate to us by relaying our confusion through this main character. Like, he has no idea what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. So we're just kind of along for the ride.
I can't think straight in this heat.
I will say...
Oh, well, at least that explains something. I look around.
Actually, speaking of looking, let's take a look at this
Two young
background.
siblings carrying backpacks happen to pass in front of me.
Oh gosh, kids.
Friggin' where?
So you see, like, we come from kind of a big family, so we deal with kids a lot, and they are equal parts adorable and obnoxious. So when I hear two like strange kids, like, I can only deal with the kids in my family. If I see like a kid like just randomly, I like flip out. I have no idea what to do. I'm just like, waiting for them to do something annoying.
You just ignore them. That's all you have to do. You just ignore them.
And with that, John just shut down this entire conversation topic with his completely reasonable advice. Okay, so
where are
credit
these?
where this credit is due, I like this background art. I kind of like how it conveys the heat by having like the pavements be so white. Like the idea is the sun glare is so high that you can barely even see it. The pavement's gray. You'll notice it kind of trails off into gray over here. Like it's just that reflective and that hot. The cicadas obviously do that too, but I appreciate that touch. It even like glares out the shadow a little bit, which is actually kind of cool. I don't really think that's how sunlight works, but I know what they're going with.
I'm in luck.
I can't really get behind...
Wait, why are you in luck?
Oh my gosh, we need to close this game. This is getting weird.
Hey, you two! I call out to them.
Huh?
They look in my direction. You're just in time. Okay. I take a puppet out of the back pocket of my jeans and place it on the ground.
Okay, so let's examine that for a second. Remember he was just sitting down and he had splinters in his backside.
Yes.
So like, let's look this through. He was sitting on his beautiful puppet. And his puppet probably has splinters in it. It's probably gonna scare them, like, check out my decapitated puppet!
Splinters, they're not usually that big.
It could be, though. I'm just saying.
Behold, the fantastic puppet show is about to begin. Okay, he's a traveling puppeteer. I guess that's a thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's like, we're setting up intrigue pretty early on. I'll give him credit for that.
I hold my hand above the puppet and focus. He's gonna move the puppet with his... The puppet springs up from the ground. Oh my gosh, he doesn't move his puppet with strings, he moves it with his mind.
I assumed it was like just on the ground, but apparently he just went up from the ground and was like, here I am!
What was
that? That was an attempt at like replicating like how the pavement will sound. It's just like blowing up from underneath.
Okay. Now it can move wherever I want it to. Step, step, step.
Oh, come on. Is that the best you can do? Like, how about...
Okay, how would you write that down?
I don't know.
The puppet starts to walk. Well, isn't it amazing? Isn't it cool?
Okay, dude.
Please?
Dude. You can tell
somebody thinks it's cool, right?
You can tell this dude has a lot of paying customers because of how desperately he's trying to get them to have some kind of reaction.
I glance at their faces.
Hey,
why don't we check up on the morning glories? Going to the bathroom? Or is that like a kind of flower?
I'm pretty sure that's a flower.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Wow, just like a magical puppet starts dancing because a man concentrates over it. And you're like, oh, fuck this. I'm gonna go look at some flowers and or go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like a dwarf in that puppet or something.
In its back pocket.
It's not that special.
They're talking about something else.
Thank you for explaining that.
Goes little. Well, whatever. They still saw my performance.
Talk about a mood swing. Like, one second he's like ready to murder them, the next like, oh well. You know, that's just life, you know?
They saw your performance and they were impressed. You should be happy about that.
They couldn't have given less
of a fuck. Look, you two, I let you watch. Is there something you need to give me?
Okay, kids, get out of here fast. Stranger danger, stranger danger. This weird man with, no face is, asking you to give him something. That can't
What's
be
What's that man talking about?
Yeah,
was the puppet invisible?
Well, I don't know.
Is the puppet in his head? Like, it's not real, he just thinks he put on a puppet show?
Well, I'm just thinking, I think they're just trying to, like, exhibit, like, social awareness. They just think, well, there's probably just a really tiny person in that puppet. And we don't want to enable his freak show tenant.
Just ignore him, Takashi!
Oh, Takashi, that's like the...
Oh, okay, I'll kick...
Oh, never mind
I'll
then.
kick
They
this
think there's
thing
a little
and then we'll
person in
go
that.
home.
They think there's a little person in that
The boy
puppet.
looks at my feet,
That's up.
right on my puppet. I reach in my hand, but I'm 1 second too slow. Smack. The puppet flies into the sky and lands somewhere in the distance.
Okay, so when the sound effect says smack, I imagine it just went like... It just, like, hit the puppet, like that, like...
Okay, no, I'm just gonna ask. The boy said, 1 sec, I'm gonna go kick this puppet. Maybe you could have reacted a little faster!
I know, right? He literally told you what he was going to do in dialogue that's great and exhibits exactly how kids actually talk.
Yeah, that's true. This is how kids actually talk when they're gonna break something. I'm gonna go break that!
Right, like when they're trying to swipe candy from like a department store or something, they just tell their friends in like a very normal like speaking voice so everyone can hear. Okay, just hold on a second. I'm gonna grab this Snickers bar and take it without paying any money for it, and then walk out the door without him seeing.
And that's what all criminals do. I'm gonna go rob this store.
We're gonna take exactly $30 when we do it without the shopkeeper seeing. Then we're gonna walk out the door without him noticing.
This kid is a dumbass, and yet. And this kid is a dumbass who's going to be in jail before he's 20. And he's going to be disowned by his parents, and is probably going to commit suicide in his teens.
Okay, that's a little mean.
No, it's true. He's not only a criminal, but a stupid criminal. So the Yakuza has no place for him. So he is just going to die alone and worthless in a prison cell.
Okay, John, how in the world... Let's slow down a second. How in the world did you predict this kid's whole life story from 4 lines of dialogue? How did you just do that? You're so judgmental, man. Like, come on. And I was just stuck up in the sound effect. Like, it shouldn't be smack. It should be more like, kick!
Because I'm looking at character analysis here. And this
character analysis from 2 kids who don't even have names.
This is the kind of... Listen, the boy's name is Takashi. And if Takashi is so stupid that he's going to walk up to a street performer and say, I'm going to kick your puppet, and then proceed to do so, then he is destined for a short and unborn existence.
Maybe they just have like the caste system here, you know? Like, maybe it's just one of those places.
This isn't India! This is friggin' Japan!
You can't just
show some cultural sensitivity!
You can't just yell at me like that! I almost fell out of my chair! Okay. I'm just saying, it could be like India, Japan. Like, a combination of the two.
Listen, this kid's... Unless this kid, like, really turns things around and we meet some wise old mentor and teach him karate, he is destined to end up in jail before he's 20 and probably commit suicide at some point in his teens because his parents are just so...
Why do your stories always feature suicide? Like, why is that even necessary? Ending up in jail for life is pretty miserable on its own. I was just thinking from your morbidly sadistic perspective, why not give him the sweet release of death? Why, like...
I did give him the sweet release of death.
But why would you even do that? Like, why would
I'm not being sadistic. I'm just honestly telling you where I think his life is going.
That's messed up. Like, let me take this girl, for example, that I am beautifully voicing with my wonderful voice. I'm sure she's going to grow up, be a doctor, like, ace all of her classes in med school, and, like, help this whole community with their,
No, she's gonna be like she tolerates crime, and she's polite about it, so she's going to, like, grow up to marry be like the perfect Yamada Nadesco wife for some Yakuza boss. That's her life path right now.
What a progressive mindset, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna be married off to a Yakuza boss for money. What a great way to start off.
I didn't say that her family got money out of it.
That's great. This is wonderful. Like, these kids have so many hopes and dreams, and we're just crushing them like a grape in the first few minutes of the game.
Listen, these little dumbasses pretended that a puppet didn't exist, and then the male announced that he would kick the puppet before kicking it. No. Only because our protagonist has the reflexes of an 90-year-old woman. Was
how do we know he's
to
not a
complete
90-year-old woman? We've never actually identified his gender. He could be a 90-year-old woman,
well, I mean,
or a 50-year-old fraud. We don't actually know.
Well, whatever.
I mean, these kids don't react to a living puppet. Would they really react to a talking fraud?
Who knows? My point is that these kids are dumb. And they're going nowhere in life. That is my point.
Alright. Takashi, come over here now! See,
I saw another street performer you could torment!
Right, maybe they just make a habit of doing this. Like, maybe that's why he was so nonchalant about it. Like, he's so confident in his puppet kicking skills that he can just announce, okay, I'm gonna kick the puppet now.
I'm gonna go rap, hey, look at this stupid street musician. I'm going to kick over his can on the end.
Because I have nothing better to do with my life.
Bye-bye, sucker! You didn't really sucker him. He's just, like, really elderly.
You literally told him what he was going to do! There was nothing to be suckered by.
You're not impressive, and your life is going to be short and painful.
See, the thing I love about this game already is its endearing cast of characters. That really makes...
siblings, you don't know that they're siblings. They're just 2 children walking together. Shinobi is like Vinnie Mall, for all you know.
I mean, that's a good point. Like, why? Stop making assumptions, guy. Like, come on.
I mean, that's kind of funny. It's in Japan. Like, nobody has siblings, and he's, like, assuming they're siblings.
Like,
maybe he's just shocked that there would be 2 kids in one town, and so he figures they must be siblings.
Maybe that's it. Like, I get it a little more if they have, like, a parent with them or something.
Right.
Because, like, I work retail, so when I'm, like, checking out people, it's usually pretty obvious when they're siblings. Because you'll have a parent, maybe 2, with them, and they'll be all, like, just running around each other and hanging out. Like, then I can usually say, okay, they're probably siblings. But there's no parent here. They could just be a couple of school friends or something.
Also, I refuse to believe that some brat who kicks puppets off street performers is going off to look at flowers. Like, Like, what was he, the Kingpin? He's like a criminal, but he's also cultured. Please.
I wonder if, like, maybe the writer was, like, traumatized by some kid in the past. Like, he was just some 50-year-old guy walking around minding his own business.
And then this kid walked up to him and
like,
said, I'm gonna kick this 50-year-old man.
And he's like, wait.
Whoa, what the
Wait,
just happened?
The music stopped. Wait, look, wait, there's a sound effect.
A desolate wind blows past. Actually, no. This cold breeze only exists in my mind.
What was that? We cut out the music and the sound effects for 2 lines that tease us with the possibility of something happening, and then, actually, no, it was just all in my head. Sorry about that. I'm sorry for making you think this game was actually going to go somewhere. It was just all in my head. This game is so
This guy is schizophrenia. He hallucinates strong breezes.
Did they not have a plot when they were writing this scene? Were they just like spitballing ideas? It was just writing a stream of consciousness.
I'm still covered in blazing heat.
Yeah, we kind of got that.
I get it. He's just wishing for a cold breeze.
Like, I get that.
He was really caught in the moment, had an imagined spot about being blown by a cold breeze.
I guess.
Dude, your imagination needs work.
What was that oddly sensual moan? Like, why would you would not sound sensual with this much heat? Actually, you know what? If you did have this much heat, maybe you... Well, not that kind of heat. Alright. He says, why do you want splinters in your butt? Stop sitting on the bench.
He likes the pain.
He likes the... Ah, great. Like the masochist. That's wonderful.
What ramen, please?
Who's he talking to? Is he just talking? Maybe those...
Well, they didn't establish anyone being here. I'm pretty sure he's just talking to the stop sign over there.
Maybe he's talking to the Tide he inhaled earlier.
Stop signs don't serve ramen in this part of Japan.
No, guys, just look at the scene.
I remember
There is
now.
no human here. This is like a desolate wasteland that looks oddly beautiful.
Wait, what?
He gets up.
No,
It says
before
he
that.
gets up.
Before
Judd, that's not how you go back. Let me show you. You see these cute buttons over here?
No, I didn't until you just pointed them out.
Well, you see these buttons, like...
Let's go to the... Press the button!
You need to let me explain it in a really long, drawn-out fashion. You just hit that button.
What the?
Oh, you went too far back! Like, let me show you. Hit it once. See?
I better find my puppet. I'm sorry, stop sign saying. I can't find ramen from you today. I need to find my puppet.
But I'll come back later, I promise. I'm actually, unlike all those other fools, I'm actually going to pay you for your services. People think that just because you don't make any noise that you're not alive and that you don't want to be compensated for your services. But I know you have a lot of you find many uses for money.
I get out. How far did it go? You mean you weren't
Probably past this screen. So
like
hopefully
so
we'll get a new
let's track
background.
the events here. The puppet gets kicked away, the kids run off, and he's like, man, I wish it was a cold breeze. Had to spot on cold breeze and sat down. Like, holy crap, my puppet get kicked away.
The pacing is so weird for this scene. Like, I'm sure it was just written stream of consciousness, and then he was like, that's it. That's our scene. It's weird, so it's good. I don't know.
I look up as I walk. The sky spreads out before me. I can see perfectly, with nothing in the way.
Except those clouds you swooshed through. You just talked about it being able to...
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
I can see clearly now. I
don't
don't know the rest of the song.
I can see all obstacles in my way.
So now we're a musical channel. We're two people who can't sing.
Hey. The sky and the ground converge at eye level. Yeah, it's called the horizon.
Actually, you shouldn't really be doing that, though. Like, look at where he is. He's on, like, a curved road. Like, to the right
Well,
of
it
him.
seems kind of flat-ish.
I don't know, like, you have to be walking around to, like, see that. Because it's, like,
I'm
a
seriously in
tree.
the middle of nowhere. Then why
We
did
already
you...
said...
Then why did you fly here?
Right, like, what are you...
I look up even higher, and the ground disappears from view.
We just...
That's called the sky.
What? This is so banal. What is...
I can see nothing but blue. And, the white clouds.
What is going on? We established that the clouds were there at the beginning. Why are we ignoring the clouds?
Dot.
Quotation mark.
Connor, you don't read the quotation marks, just what's in them.
I can't argue with that.
I feel like I'm seeing the continuation of that dream I had on the bus.
Okay, so it was a dream. He was on the bus.
Okay.
So see, I was onto something. You were like, oh, you actually had wings. He was flying. He landed in the middle of nowhere. See, he was on a bus. It actually makes sense.
Yeah, that was definitely a dream. Right? Right? That was a dream, right? Right?
Hopefully this whole game is a dream. Because I'm kind of sick of it
Soaring
already.
endlessly. Higher and higher.
Yeah, we remember the dream.
Flying
it happened like 20
towards my
lines ago.
destination.
Yeah, we don't need to
And then
recap.
how did you end up in the middle of nowhere?
That's a good question.
You got lost. What awaits me there?
Yeah.
Evidently a bus stop and some bratty kids.
And a sky that either has clouds or doesn't have clouds, depending on whether you're looking
I
at the
keep
game
walking
or reading
in
the
order to
text.
find out. If you walk like that, you're going to bump into something.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's a curved road. You're gonna, like, walk into the cliff.
Yeah!
No. John, I said walk into the cliff, not off of it. It would be funny, like, this game has been so weird already, if it just radically shifted tone like that. He just fell, the screen cuts to black, and you just hear that, like, Warner Brothers 1930s. Just that sound bite.
Like that was also in Disney cartoons, right?
Oh. Well, I don't remember hearing it in Disney.
Especially Goofy cartoons.
Oh wait, you're right. It's not Warner Brothers. It's the Goofy soundbite. It's like the Goofy yell.
Yeah.
That was not even recorded by Goofy's actor, if I remember right. It was like recorded by a Foley artist in like 1940 something. That's your obscure trivia for the day.
It's not even good trivia because you couldn't remember the date.
Couldn't remember the date. I couldn't remember the name of the Foley artist.
That was great. The sunlight flickers. A single bird is fluttering towards the sky.
There is no bird on screen, so
he's just inferring it because reasons.
I don't know. We're getting a view of the least important things he's seeing.
What lies ahead is so bright I can barely see it.
Honestly, the sky doesn't seem that bright right now.
If I close my eyes right now, will that bird take me?
What is this?
Only if it's a very large bird and you're a very small animal.
I just imagine like the eagles from like Lord of the Rings like swooping down and them being like, need a ride.
Eagles! The eagles!
And him being like, yeah, I need a ride. And they grab him with their gigantic talons like, no, wait! And then they like fly away. He's like, ah! That would be a great way to end the game. It would have impact.
Well, I mean, they should have ended Lord of the Rings, so... And yeah, fight me, anybody that wants to say otherwise.
and don't fight.
Will I leave my wingless body on the ground?
What?
Oh, I get it. Okay. He's like a warg from Game of Thrones. They can throw their consciousness into animals and like control them as if those bodies were their own.
Sure. Okay. So he meant it in like a spiritual sense?
Yeah, it's like mind transfer jutsu, but for animals.
I thought this was okay. All right, let's keep going.
That's what he wants to be, at least. I try closing my eyes.
I thought the game was punishing me for wanting a new background, by the way. It was like, oh, you weren't satisfied with our perfectly good background? Well, fine, here's a boring... Oh.
See, is he having a flashback to what just happened?
That would be hilarious. I love it. The flowers look kind of weird now.
It
looks like they were photoshopped in.
Oh, okay, it's the opening credits. I think.
I guess they realized, they're like, oh shoot, nothing has happened yet. Roll opening credits. Let's remind them that there are actually people in this game.
This is really boring. Okay.
Oh shoot, we missed
Oh, fuck?
We missed the words because you were.
Did we just cut back? Oh, no, it's
now
color.
now we're in the same screen. Oh no, there's a little bit of a difference. The clouds are moving. That window's movie. That Windows Movie Maker editing though.
Yes. Summer.
There are girls.
Still my heart. There's actual girls in this opening.
Right, I was about to say, like, are there actually girls in this game, or are we being
I was wondering if we were just gonna keep cutting back to the same stupid screenshot.
Well, obviously this main character has, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly,
I restrained myself from a dirty joke there. And you should be very proud of me. Ooh!
Oh my gosh,
animation!
She has like Barbie feet.
He carries two pieces of luggage with him. One is an old puppet he can move without touching. Oh, he can move without touching!
Do you normally
the other
have
is an
to like
ancient promise passed down through generations. Another me is up there. That's the feeling I get.
Okay, so like, I've seen this girl, and I'll give it credit. I like this. Aside from those ghoulish eyes, I actually like this design. I don't know what it is. The blonde hair and the white bow.
Oh my gosh, she has a pet crow.
Slideshow motion, because we ran out of animation budget.
I really would have just quit right here if they hadn't started showing other people.
I don't play.
What? What's the stuffed animal dog?
Oh, more animation. Like, I guess they didn't run out of budget.
Like, this opening has been so lazy at the beginning, and then stuff.
Yeah.
So in the end, I hope they have happy memories.
I hope so too. Because we're not having any.
Hey, at least they finally put some effort into it. I don't know why they kept cutting back and forth between that place we've been stuck at for the opening scene. Like, what was up with that title cut back to the place? Like, if this was the man your man could smell like, I could understand cutting back and forth from it, but... Ladies, look at your man and look back to me. Like, yeah, go ahead.
This is a weird shot. Like, what am I supposed to be drawn to?
This is the same place we were in. That's the stop sign. There's the railing.
I'm not gonna lie, the first thing my attention was drawn to was like the two tar barrels in the corner. Like, what do those have in them? What are they for?
Well, you said they were tar barrels, so I guess tar.
Well, I'm just assuming. ... No, that was wrong. There were 8 dots, not 7. You ruined. I'll fire you. I'm gonna read it now. ... See, that's how you do it.
That's like 7 dots.
That was 6 dots.
No.
1, 2, 3. That's 6 dots, John.
Yeah, but you did 7. ...
What? No, you can't change it up on me like that. Oh, new background.
Oh my gosh, he actually went someplace.
He actually left that bus stop. I was almost sure we were going to say that.
So let me get this straight, though. He can move the puppet without touching. And this kid's like, yeah, I'm impressed by your miraculous puppet that you can move without touching. Thing you do. This is why that kid is a disappointment to his family and is going to die an early death.
Why are you still so hung up on that? Like, why are you so obsessed with the thought of kids growing up to be dregs of society and just dying alone? Why are you so fascinated with that thought?
Well, like, if you'd been an old lady, I'd be talking about how she's an embarrassment to every... Actually, no. If he was an old lady, I'd be saying, oh, she's blind. Like, she has really thick cataracts and she can't see the puppet. So she's like... What? What's that, Sonny? I can't see none.
You're an embarrassment, Grandma.
No, because like she's an old lady, so she can't see, so that's why she's not impressed. You saw a magical puppet! Be fucking impressed!
Maybe they just don't like... John, they just don't like little people. Like, they assumed it was a tiny person in a suit, and they were like, I'm gonna kick your puppy.
So let me get this straight. You assuming these kids are bigots, and you're upset at me about wishing this kid a horrible and short life.
Well, let me explain. Look, don't you wouldn't it be better if they like realized the error of their ways, worked to like fix their errors, and became better members of society?
It's not going to happen, Connor.
But John, they're just children.
They saw a magical puppet and they weren't impressed in the least. There was no hope for them.
I mean, like they even had names. Like
Takashi was the boy.
We had Takashi and then we had Girl. Like 2 very memorable names. And
Connor, they saw a magical puppet and they weren't the least bit impressed. There is no unless the twist is that these are little blind kids. In which case, how did he kick the puppet? No.
Maybe he's like Daredevil and he has like radar sense.
Well, if he has radar sense, then he
Maybe
radar
that was
sensed.
young Matt Murdock this
Then he
whole
radar
time.
sensed a magical puppet and wasn't impressed. So I'm like, screw you guys. You saw something. What you saw was a miracle, and I want you to fucking acknowledge it.
I just love, like, I just said he could be a young Matt Murdock, which is, like, the whitest name ever. And his name is Takashi, which is, like, the most stereotypically Japanese name ever.
There's no hope for these children. They're stupid.
Alright, if you're sure.
Yes, I am. Is
Alright,
someone calling for me?
I hope so. Because I'm kind of sick of spending
My
time with you.
neck hurts. Well, that's what as you walk around.
Oh,
you
well,
can't
if it needs a
stop.
solution to that, all you gotta do is, like, put both hands in your neck and they go, and then you're
But
good.
then it'll hurt worse before you die.
You won't even feel it. Like, you'll be dead. So you won't even remember
Well,
what the
first
pain felt like.
it'll hurt, and then you'll be dead.
But
And
John,
then
you won't remember it. Like,
you would dream eternal. And what sort of dreams would you have?
probably those
Wake
stupid
us
dreams with the
sleep.
wings and soaring through the clouds where I can't tell if he's falling or flying. Probably those types of stupid dreams. You know what? Just let your neck hurt. Death is not actually the sweet release you think it is.
I suddenly notice the wall of concrete right in front of my
Oh, see,
face.
now would be a good time for us to get a view of something totally stupid, like a wall of concrete. And yet we're getting a picturesque view of the
Did I
area.
fall? Yes, you fell asleep! And you fell asleep while walking. Oh my freaking gosh. I try to remember what... You were looking for your magical puppet, you
Please.
moron!
Please don't have this be like the fourth recap in 10 minutes. I'm sick of it.
But I stop before I think too hard.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt what little brain you have.
Right, like LeFou was on ball when he said that thinking was a dangerous pastime.
It's just too sad to think about. Yeah, apparently. Whatever it was, you don't remember. I was trying to find my puppet after some brat kicked it. Well, that's your own fault!
Do we really?
He said, I am going to kick that puppet! And then you're like, no.
Only it's not funny like in movies because there wasn't slow motion. You were just literally doing that. You were just literally, while they're moving in full
Like, did
motion,
you think-
you were just like, no. And the kid's like, the kick. And then you're just still like, no.
Don't worry, whatever horrible fate you meet in this game, this kid's life will be no better.
You're right about how it's hard to convert to your ways, God.
I'd walked in the direction it flew, looked around, but in the end I gave up without finding it. You don't dare give up! This is a magical puppet you can move with your mind! Furthermore, why aren't you rich?
You know, like in the modern
Why are you a street performer? You should be on some Japanese, Japan's Got Talent, and be like, hey look, I have this puppet I can move with my mind.
And they're like, yeah, sure, I'm sorry.
But, like, no
magical
strings, guys.
puppets, that's not that. Yeah, but I mean, like, if the Santa Claus exists, so what's the big deal as a magic puppet?
Oh, I see. This is like one of those one of those urban fantasies where everybody knows there's magic. So like his magic, like, it's like a dozen magic puppet performers, all just in his just not district. What do they call that? Prefecture. In his prefecture alone, there's like a dozen magic puppet artists, and he's like the worst one. That's why the brats weren't impressed.
Maybe that's it.
I will forgive those brats. Partially. They're still horrible monster children.
John, really doesn't sound like you're gonna forgive them at all if you so called. If you're like, I forgive you, ish, but you're still horrible monster children.
I will
They're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, thank you so much. I don't think they're gonna respond like that.
I hope. You think I care what they think?
Okay, you got me there. Alright. So, he gave up. Why couldn't we have just summed up the whole first scene with, like, 2 text boxes? Why are we so good at being efficient with information now, when we were taking forever to get past, like, one scene before?
And I sat down on the embankment for a rest, and I fainted.
For a rest.
You were
For a rest.
You just keep sitting down, dude. You're pathetic.
Right, like you were just sleeping.
And I fainted from hunger and drowsiness.
Oh no! The most interesting thing that this guy has done is just like fallen asleep. Like what an interesting character. Like
I think
is
I slept.
Eeyore secretly the protagonist of this game?
I think
Should you have been like reading the li-
slept for 2 or 3 hours. It's already getting dark.
He's even pessimistic like Eeyore. Like maybe.
And my tail's falling off again.
And I lost my magic puppet.
I can't go looking for it anymore, can I?
It was
At
in the
least
rarely
not
seen
today. Maybe that bird you were hoping would carry you away, carry your puppet away.
Maybe. It was in the rarely seen Eeyore guidance story, written by A.A. Milne in 1943. I had a magic puppet.
The puppet is vital to my line of work.
I think... Huh.
That's like understating it. I can't make money without it.
Thanks for elaborating.
And yet you didn't make any money with your magical puppet because you are the worst self-promoter in the history of Japan.
Yeah, like, dude, like, take a marketing class, man. Like...
And I can't eat anything without money.
You know, you kind of convinced you were for a second. Remember that moment when you were asking the stop sign for a ramen set? Like, how are you planning to pay him? And I can't eat. This game is gonna make you some really obvious statements.
It's a matter of life and death. Okay, I get it. This is pretty good.
Okay, it's kind
A
of
vicious cycle.
I
look around me. Where am I?
This is like the 10th time you've asked that question since the beginning of the game.
This guy's been passing out from hunger for a while. I have no friggin' idea where he is.
I'm just saying, like, we are very far into this and it's already starting to get a bit repetitive.
I don't even know which direction I came from.
Can we have something actually happen, please? This is torture.
Magic puppet that's still pretty fresh.
I guess, but...
Growl.
No, you need to be like...
What's my...
I will admit, my stomach was making a noise like... I'd be a little concerned.
I am hungry. This guy.
Why?
Alright,
I'm
I need to
hungry.
do something.
You do.
Maybe I should switch to being a highway robber.
Okay, that whiplash is almost funny. Like, not just because it's, like, bad, but it's actually kind of amusing.
I begin to walk unsteadily. Dude, I don't think you can mug a kitten right now.
Much less actually stand on 2 feet and move one in front of the other.
Like,
in a
when you were
repeating
earlier, when you were less hungry, you couldn't even stop and said, I'm gonna kick that puppet.
You just, like, move in slow motion, like
You thought they were doing a slow motion. Oh, it's not his fault. I thought they were doing a slow-mo shot, so you moved very slowly while the kid just kicked it.
John, I don't think this is a variety show like VeggieTales. I think this is actually supposed to be real life within the game's world. I don't think they're, like, filming this.
Whoa, he's just freaking stupid then.
Like, here's the thing, if they were filming this, like, the cinematography would be better. Like, what is this Oh, my legs shake from hanger. My legs shake from anger. Not from hunger, from anger. Like, he's just being strung
Somebody
up.
passes me by. It's an old woman. She walks off into the distance at a snail's pace.
Such a progressive game, making fun of the elderly. How respectful.
Yes, she moves at a snail's pace. But what did you do when the kid said he was gonna kick your puppet again?
You moved like Sonic the Hedgehog back then. That's why your puppet's gone and you have no idea where it is.
You suck, dude.
What's that? What's that gap about? What's he even reacting to?
You just realized that he's slower than the old lady.
That's it.
The old woman overtook me. I'm slower than an old granny right now. Oh my gosh! She actually did realize that!
Yeah, you were so, like, ingrained into this game's lame, like, writing style. You actually predict what it's doing.
This is the worst.
No kidding.
Fuko, is that you?
For once, we act... Nice. For once, I actually agree with you.
I'm in no condition to become a highway robber.
Wow,
he finally caught up with me.
Oh, John, you missed
Wait.
dialogue.
Small children could deprive me all. They just did!
They already did! Yeah, like, exactly! They already did, you moron! Why didn't you
is my
not?
greatest? I'm totally exhausted. Hunger is my greatest weakness.
Hanger is my greatest weakness.
Gwa.
I think
I
it's more like
eventually collapse.
not again! No more collapsing! No more fainting! My fault. We already.
Nothing good's happened to me since I arrived here. My beloved puppet was kicked. Oh, he just remembered that. Yes.
Again! I remembered it for the 4th time in the scene. But
Remember, he's like, kids can deprive me of all my possessions, like they already did.
And now he's like, oh yeah, they already did. My puppet was kicked with
I was overtaken by an old woman.
Overtaken? That makes it sound like the old woman went out like, Sonny, I've got you now. It's like, no, wait, please, Granny, stop. And then he's just like in his boxers, just like lying in the road. It's like, I was just overtaken by an old lady.
And then the old lady's smoking.
Oh, Sonny, that's why you don't crush me.
18th of July, Tuesday.
Checking the hat again, because you thought that was a button before, right? Okay, we're gonna stop here. Thanks for joining us on JCB. I'm Connor. That's John.
But we didn't get anywhere!
I know, right? But this game sucks so bad. I need a break. I don't know. Like, maybe it'll do something good in a little while, but like, really,
You're like really negative.
I am. But John, we were recording like 15 minutes of this, and like one thing happened. Is that not depressing?
Well, yes, but we didn't even get to see any girls.
No, we did. Remember the opening scene? Like, we got a sneak peek into
right.
what the girls would be. Like, we had the lead girl's a good design. Like, that's the most I can say about it. Like, the good design for the lead girl. The main character has no design because visual novels don't know how to write things. But that's just the way it is. All right. See you guys.
Later.
Yeah, because I need a break.